And all the way through, of course, the big question is, where is James Bond? And again,
Yeah.
I'm not going to spoil anything, but I think it's fairly safe to say we make significant progress towards answering that question
Okay.
by the end of this book.
Mm.
But if I kind of just rewind for a second, I know that off the back of Double or Nothing, some people who hadn't even read the book were perhaps inclined to think, oh, a James Bond novel, but James Bond is missing, as it said in all the advanced publicity. Um,
Mm.
but James Bond was always a character of Double or Nothing, and he's
Right.
very much a character in A Spy Like Me. You know, I
Mm.
don't think we go. I haven't added it up, but I'm pretty sure we don't go more than about 2 or 3 pages without someone, on average, thinking about James Bond. There being a
Right.
reference to James Bond. So he's the character who haunts the book in a sense. So is that how you see it as well?
Yeah, I think haunting is a really useful word for this book because in lots of ways the book is about it's I think thematically, going back to that idea of time as well, it's about how we how we relate to the past. And so much of zooming out culturally, so much of our relationship to James Bond is how we relate to the past, because Bond is a symbol of so many different things for so many different people and has been with us for so long. So James Bond is almost a kind of, depending on how you look at him, he can be a cipher for the British Empire. He
Yeah.
can be a cipher for a certain idea of masculinity. He can be a cipher for the 60s. He can be a cipher for free love and sexuality. He could, all of these different things. And as you explore so amazingly through License to Queer, there are so many different angles on Bond. And as a symbol, he's incredibly malleable. And I think that's partly why, as a symbol, he's so powerful, because he can mean so much to different people, and he's adaptable, and he can remain evergreen because he can change with his times. So in some ways, culturally, we're haunted by James Bond. And in this story, especially in Harwood's timeline, she has kind of taken it upon herself as her mission to find him.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel that he is very much a presence in the book, whether it's in memory, whether it's in flashback, whether it's in intention and her intention to find him, and that question of where is Bond and do we get an answer. But I think also the way that I've approached expanding the world of Bond is that he's at the center of this universe, whether he's in every scene or not. He's at the center of this universe, and then I've spun a universe out around him. So I think he permeates everything, whether it's in his really tender friendship with Moneypenny, that's been all of their careers, whether it's in his romance with Harwood, whether it was his mentoring of Sid, whether it's who has him and why and who knows about it. Um, all of these things are really driving the characters, driving the story.